Gail Dorroh is along with us today from Brook Health Care. We're talking about how to deal with someone with dementia. And there's a term to this that some people have. It's called the broken brain.
Yes. Yes. And unfortunately, you cannot see a broken brain. If you walked into someone's house and they had a cast on their leg, you would automatically know that leg is broken and we're not going to go for a run or a jog today. You meet someone with dementia and their brain is broken, you can't see that. It's very hard to deal with. It's very hard sometimes to communicate because they look so normal. They look just like they've always looked, but it's different now because the brain is broken. And so we have ways of dealing with that. I try to teach people, teach caregivers how to interact because it can be extremely frustrating. And the one thing I tell people is when you're talking to someone who is suffering from dementia, they are right and you're wrong. Period. There's no other way to say it. They are right and you're wrong. If they say the sky is purple, you say that's the most beautiful color purple I've ever seen in my life. And I have a really good story, if I may, to go along with dealing with the dementia. I had a caregiver call me a couple of, I guess, months ago, because the caregivers know to call me when they have something difficult going on because I have so much ongoing education. And she said, my client will not take her medicine. She just keeps insisting she has already taken her medicine. And she says, we're just going around and around. I said, well, one thing you've got to stop going around. Once someone with dementia tells you this is the way it is, that is the way it is. Redirect the conversation, something fun, something light, something happy. You might have to circle back around. And so what ended up happening is she circled a couple of times around back to the medication. And the client said, I told you I have already taken that medication. You need to quit telling me to quit taking my medication. And I told her, I said, she loves her newspaper because this older generation, they want to hold, to read, because they don't use the modern technology. Most don't, some do. They don't use their computer. They don't use their phone for the news. And so very devout with her newspaper. And I said, this is what worked for me. One time I was there and she insisted she'd already taken her medication. And I said, redirect, give her a chance to think about something else. And then when you're looking at the newspaper with her, go, oh, Miss So-and-so, look what today is. And she looks at the newspaper and she sees what today is. I said, now look at your medication. It says today's date and that you were supposed to take it in the AM. I don't think you took it because we see what the date is. And we see what it says on the medicine bottle or the medicine packet. Immediately, oh, you're right. I didn't realize I didn't take my medication. She took her medication. So redirect. Circle around. It might take a couple of times for you to get the response that you want, but it's really going to save your blood pressure and you a headache because you're going to get frustrated and blow up. And 5 minutes later, they're going to be smiling and happy and never know anything that ever happened.
That's great. Encouragement is a big thing. And you say 50 cents a day makes their day.
It doesn't have to be 50 cents a day. People love acknowledgement. They love validation. And our older generation, they love receiving mail. So if you have someone who is a shut-in or you have a long distance loved one who doesn't get out much, a 50-cent card from the Dollar Tree and a 50-cent stamp, $1, you could do it once a week. Send them a card, send them something they can hold on to. That means the world, and it gives them something to look forward to. And we all know happy people live longer.
That's true. That's so true. You get tons of requests for people who want to be a part of Brook Health Care, but you need some people to work for you.
We do. We need some good we need some good experienced caregivers. And we are a family-owned company. We are owned by registered nurses. So this is a very family atmosphere. When you call Brook Health Care, you have access to a registered nurse 24 hours a day.
We've got all the information on how you can get a hold of Brook Health Care right here on this page. We'll click you right through to them when you click on that link. Thank you, Gail. We'll see you for another edition coming up here soon.
Thank you, Rob.